What bothers me about 4 days? Really no way to get there.
Call our March 2024 meeting to order. This is a public meeting of the Philadelphia Board of Pensions and Retirement and is being conducted in person in the board's conference room at the board's offices on the 16th floor of 2 Penn Center. Pursuant to section 21-1503 of the Philadelphia Code, electronic recordings of this meeting will be made available through Microsoft Teams conference technology and by an audio. Electronic recording will be made available to the public online on the board's website without charge within 10 days. Please note that you consent to such recording by attending, participating, or speaking at such meeting. Our first order of business today is a motion to adopt the rules of order the board is approved and used for our in-person public meetings that are electronically recorded. The purpose is to help ensure that accurate and complete audio or audiovisual recordings of the meeting occur to comply with the code requirements. Item 1 is motion to adopt the procedures for today. It's been made and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll go to the roll. Brian? Marcia? Approved. Carolyn? Approved. Paul?
Approved.
Andrea? Approved. Willie? Adam?
Approved.
And Carol.
Approved.
Motion carries unanimously. Item 2 is the motion to approve the minutes from our February 22nd, 2024 meeting. It's been made and properly seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll go through the roll. Brian? Marcia? Approved. Carolyn? Approved. Paul?
Approved.
Andrea? Approved. Willie?
Approved.
Adam?
Approved.
And Carol.
Approved.
Motion carries unanimously. Section 3, motion to approve the consideration of 120 pension applications and 50 withdrawal applications is made and properly seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none. Brian?
4A.
For 3.
I'm sorry, 3 items.
Marcia?
Approved.
Sherwin? Approved. Paul?
Approved.
Andrea? Approved. Willie?
Approved.
Adam?
Approved.
And Carol.
Approved.
Motion carries unanimously. That moves us into section 4, case 4A. Motion to approve the service-connected disability benefits for Keith Hawkins was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 4A? Hearing none, we'll go to the roll. Brian?
Abstain.
Marcia?
Denied.
Shirley? Denied. Paul?
Abstain.
Andrea? Denied. Willie?
Abstain.
Adam?
Abstain.
And Carol.
Abstain.
The motion fails 0 to 3 with 5 noted abstentions. Case 4B, a motion to approve service-connected disability benefits for Wayne Brown was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on case 4B? Hearing none. Brian?
Approved.
Marcia?
Denied.
Charlotte? Denied. Paul?
Approved.
Andrea? Approved. Willie?
Approved.
Adam?
Right on.
40, yes.
Abstain.
And Carol.
Approved.
Motion carries 5 to 2 with 1 noted abstention. Case 4C, a motion to approve the service-connected disability benefits for Damon Jackson was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 4C? Hearing none. Brian?
Approved.
Marcia?
Approved.
Charlene? Approved. Paul?
Approved.
Andrea? Approved. Willie?
Approved.
Adam?
Approved.
And Carol.
Approved.
Motion carries unanimously. Case 4D, a motion to approve the service-connected disability benefits for James Caldwell. It's made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 4D? Hearing none, we'll go to the roll. Brian?
Approved.
Marcia?
Approved.
Sherilyn? Approved. Paul?
Approved.
Andrea? Approved. Willie?
Approved.
Adam?
Approved.
And Carol.
Approved.
Motion carries unanimously. Case 4E, motion to approve the service-connected disability benefits for Crystal Cosby was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 4E? Hearing none. Brian? Martha?
Denied.
Sherilyn? Denied. Paul?
Abstain.
Andrea? Denied. Julie?
Abstain.
Adam?
Abstain.
And Carol.
Abstain.
The motion fails 0-3 with 5 abstentions noted. Is 4F, a motion to approve the service-connected disability benefits for Jose Rodriguez was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 4F? Brian,
I'll abstain.
Marcia,
Deny.
Sherilyn. Deny. Paul,
Abstain.
Andrea. Deny. Willie,
Abstain.
Adam,
Abstain.
and Carol.
Abstain.
Motion fails 0-3 with 5 abstentions. Case 4G. Motion to approve the service-connected disability benefits for Ron Young was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 4G? Hearing none. Brian,
I approve.
Marcia,
Deny.
Sherilyn. Deny. Paul,
Approve.
Andrea. Approved. Willie,
Approve.
Adam,
Abstain.
and Carol.
Approve.
Motion carries 5-2 with 1 abstention. 4H, a motion to approve the service-connected disability benefits for Dolores Bartholomew was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 4H?
I think that issue needs plan B as opposed to. Being president. Should plan B. Do not. Should be plan B. On the agenda, they have plan A, that's what you're speaking to. Yes.
On the,
Yeah, the variable, so on this, this has plan A, but the vice has plan B, so which plan is it? That is- It's plan B. Plan B. So plan B.
thank you for the clarification on the agenda. Any other discussion on 4H? Hearing none, we'll go to the roll. Brian,
I approve.
Marcia,
Friends.
Sherwin. Approved. Paul,
Approve.
Andrea. Approved. Willie,
Approve.
Adam, and Carol.
Approve.
Motion carries unanimously. 4I, a motion to approve service-connected disability benefits for James Kolpeski was made and seconded. Any discussion on case 4I? Hearing none. Brian,
I approve.
Marcia,
Deny.
Sherilyn. Deny. Paul,
Approve.
Andrea. Willie,
Approve.
Adam,
Abstain.
and Carol. Motion carries 5-2 with 1 abstention. Case 4J, motion to approve the service-connected disability benefits for Eric Rankin was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 4J? None. Brian,
I approve.
Marcia,
Deny.
Sherilyn. Deny. Paul,
Approve.
Andrea. Approved. Willie,
Approve.
Adam,
Abstain.
and Carol.
Approve.
Motion carries 5-2 with 1 abstention. Case 4K, motion to approve the service-connected disability benefits for Sharon Thomas Williams. It's made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 4K? Hearing none. Brian,
I approve.
Marcia,
Deny.
Sherilyn. Deny. Paul,
Approve.
Andrea. Approved. Willie,
Approve.
Adam,
Approve.
motion carries 5-2 with 1 abstention. For L, a motion to approve service-connected disability benefits for Michael Bell was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on L? Hearing none. Brian,
I approve.
Marcia,
Approve.
Sherilyn. Approved. Paul,
I do.
Andrea. Approved. Willie,
Approve.
Adam,
Approve.
and Carol.
Approve.
Motion carries unanimously. Case 4M, motion to approve service-connected disability benefits for Diane Fontaine is made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 4M? Hearing none. Brian,
I'll say.
Marcia,
Deny.
Sherilyn. Deny. Paul,
Abstain.
Andrea. Deny. Willie,
Aye.
Adam,
Abstain.
and Carol.
Abstain.
Motion fails 0-3 with 5 abstentions. Case 4N, a motion to approve the service-connected disability benefits for Tanya Jones is made and properly seconded. Any discussion on N? Hearing none. Brian,
I'll say.
Marcia,
Deny.
Joanne. Deny. Paul,
Abstain.
Andrea. Willie,
Abstain.
Adam,
Abstain.
and Carol.
Abstain.
Motion fails 0-3 with 5 abstentions. Case 4O, a motion to approve the service-connected disability benefits for James Kirk is made and properly seconded. Any discussion on O? Hearing none, go to the roll. Brian? Marcia?
Deny. I'm sorry.
Sherilyn? Paul?
Approved.
Andrea? Approved. Willie?
Approved.
Adam? Carol?
Approved.
Motion carries 5-2 with 1 abstention. Case 4P, a motion to approve the service-connected disability benefits for the Cody Sheriff was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on case 4P? None. Brian?
I approve.
Marcia?
Deny.
Sherilyn?
Deny.
Paul?
Approved.
Andrea? Approved. Willie?
Approved.
Adam?
Abstain.
Carol?
Approved.
Carries 5-2 with 1 abstention. Case 4Q, a motion to approve the service-connected and disability for Kevin Sizer was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on this case? Hearing none. Go to the roll. Brian?
Abstain.
Marcia?
Deny.
Sherilyn?
Deny.
Paul?
Abstain.
Andrea? Willie? Adam?
Abstain.
Carol?
Abstain.
The motion fails 0-3 with 5 abstentions noted. Case 4R, a motion to approve the service-connected disability benefits for Eric Skelton was made and properly seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, go to the roll. Brian?
I approve.
Marcia?
Deny.
Sherilyn?
Deny.
Paul?
Approved.
Andrea? Willie?
Approved.
Adam?
Abstain.
And Carol.
Approved.
Okay. The vote was 4-3 with 1 abstention, and as chair, I'll vote to make a tie by voting to deny, it. So the motion fails 4-4 with 1 abstention. Case 4S, a motion to approve the service-connected disability benefits for Don Sprouse made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 4S? None. Brian?
I approve.
Marcia?
Deny.
Sherilyn?
Deny.
Paul?
Approved.
Andrea? Willie?
Approved, I'm sorry.
Thought you were gonna help me out. Adam? And Carol. The vote was 4-3 with 1 abstention. I'll vote to deny, which means that the case fails 4-4 with 1 abstention. That moves us into section 5. Case 5A, motion to approve the application for service-connected disability benefits beyond the 1-year deadline. For Tony Ruppin was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on case 5A? Hearing none. Brian?
I approve.
Marcia?
Deny.
Sherilyn?
Deny.
Paul?
Approved.
Andrea? Willie?
Approved.
Adam?
Abstain.
Carol?
Approved.
The vote was 4-3 with 1 abstention. As chair, I'll vote to deny. So it fails 4-4 with 1 abstention. Case 5B, motion to approve the application for service-connected disability benefits beyond the 1-year deadline for Daryl Tyndall was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 5B? Hearing none. Brian?
I approve.
Marcia?
Deny.
Sherilyn?
Deny.
Paul?
Approved.
Andrea? Willie?
Approved.
Adam?
Abstain.
And Carol.
Approved.
Votes 4-3 with 1 abstention. As chair, I'll vote to deny. So 5B fails 4-4 with 1 abstention. Gives us to new business.
Can I ask a question for you?
Yes.
In 5A, the application for the 1-year deadline. So the 2 now, they will get the chance to fill.
Appeal, both administrative appeal, and then if that fails, one is killed.
So we only grant them we only say yes to allow them to apply, make the application, not to, we're not voting to grant them the right to do this.
Disability, that was the question on the table, whether they can apply beyond.
So my question to the board is then why, if they still want to have the right to appeal, why we just don't grant them the right make the application, not granting them the right to apply for the actual disability.
I think the board is voting on the code.
Okay, all right, that's up to someone. That's all, thank you.
Thanks, Kurt. New business and executive director's report.
See some information in the back of the binders. You'll see the field, right before the door, NCPER's annual conference, which is scheduled for May 19th. I think it's 22nd in Seattle, Washington. In conjunction with that, you'll see a delegate following, which we had the ability to make delegates if they're going to be at the conference for ability purposes. Even if you're not going to be at the conference, you can vote. So these letters are good to know about the delegates. That does not require a motion. It will like make a motion concerning the conference. Yeah.
Is there a motion from the board? Nancy first.
Make the motion, any trustee or chair that wants to attend and see the conference, those.
Motion was made and properly seconded regarding approval for attendance at the NC First Annual Conference. Any discussion? Hearing none. Brian.
I,
Marcia.
I agree.
Sherilyn. Approved. Paul.
Approved.
Approved. Willie. Adam.
Approved.
And Carol.
Approved.
Motion carries unanimously.
A couple of there's state orders wrapping up. We should have the exit review likely in April. The final actuary report we get soon, probably in the next week or two. I'll send that to you. Well, pretty much mirror the presentation that we received by Mark, but it'll be much more extensive before. The medical panel RFP is out. The original deadline was April 5th. Due to the increased number of questions or inquiries that we received past the question period, we will extend that deadline for 2 weeks in hopes of getting a robust response to the RFP. So we did send out notices to at least 3 pages of medical providers. So again, the deadline will be extended. If there's any medical providers you have in mind, please let me know about the notice. Yesterday, we had our city council budget testimony. I want to, although Helen's not here, I'm going to thank the council president and Helen for running an extremely efficient and well-run hearing. I think they did a very good job, so thank you for that. It's fair to say that city council is very impressed with the current status and health of the pension fund. A number of council people expressed their thanks to the work done in conjunction with the board over the years. So I wanted to relay that to you specifically. Councilperson Gilmore Richardson appreciated her close collaboration with the board and Vice Chair Carol Stoops-Power. So it was very nice of her to mention that. And I wanted to mention that today. So that's not the last of what I mentioned. Overall, it's very good to know we have good partners in the city council, the Parker administration, the controller's office, the municipal unions, all city council that care about the health and welfare of the actual. We're really in a good spot, and I mean that collectively. Everyone I said that yesterday, council. We're really in a good spot, so it's very good to know that. We also received it's called the DEIC Power 100 Award Destination. And that is for diversity, equity, and inclusive capitalism Power 100. This is to recognize people and organizations that are leading by example, breaking color barriers and gender barriers, supporting diverse firms, and promoting a more inclusive investment management industry. The award wanted to shine a light on those across the industry who understand the importance of creating a more diverse, equitable, and inclusive asset management industry. The process is a collective consensus based on a broad cross-section of industry participants, where the 100 general partners, limited partners, conference organizers, fund of funds, trade organizations, angel investors, family offices, law firms, and company founders were interviewed during the selection process. And the list resulted from consideration of more than 350 individuals and organizations. Small write-up, which I ended a little bit, but just want to read a little bit about this. It says the Philadelphia Board of Pensions has long been focused on the advancement of racial equity both internally and externally. The diverse Board of Trustees focused on achieving their goal of a diverse and inclusive workforce have been central to the success. The longtime trustee Carol Stoops Baylor is just one of the members behind the said $7 it's now $8 million pension fund results, which would drive a claims plan, big or small in the nation. She has been fighting for what is right for over 2 decades, and her working knowledge of the system and its history has guided the implementation of their diversity agenda. So I just want to stop there and say, Carol, this is a very tough job in a tough city. But his legal training, judgment, and long history of working on behalf of the fund, make him one of the most successful CIOs the city has seen in some time. Given the level of diverse manager utilization, it's hard to see how the board can top what may be the best results ever achieved for a public pension. So we go. Good to see long-term trustees and the board in general get recognition for this because it's been something that's been very important to the board, continues to be, and will continue to be very important to the board and its staff. So it's a very well-deserved, well-earned recognition in that. Carol, what can I say?
But I do want to say thank you. I really do appreciate that, Chris chose me to represent the board. I couldn't do any of it without the partnership we had developed at the board, to make it work for minority and diversity and all. So I really do appreciate the support that everybody has given me, that allowed me to represent the board, and I hope I'm doing that in a good manner. Thank you.
Congratulations.
The innkeepers conference, when you register for the this let us know if you're gonna be a delegate or not. It's important that you do be a delegate, but this is the only way you can see how the voting goes. If you're not a delegate, they lock you out. So and I want everybody to see the process, making sure we have transparent.
Litigation summary, any notable updates? Thanks. Motion to adjourn was made and properly seconded, and with that, we will move into the third conversation portion of the meeting.
Yeah, so.
That was scary. Like, how did you vote this guy? Oh, that's a good word.
Exactly. We need a sponsor.
The last second.
Squeezing over here.
You can get me out there.
Oh, okay, you wanna call me? Okay, next week, right. Okay.
All right, then, first item on is approval of our minutes. A motion was made and properly seconded to approve the minutes, and with that, I'll call the roll. Brian? Marcia? Approved. Sherilyn? Approved. Paul? Christie? Approved. Willie?
Approved.
Adam?
Approved.
And Carol.
Approved.
Carries unanimously, and we'll move into the plan update.
Good morning, just one announcement for the nationwide issue, the monthly activity, just a reminder that the TPA will present their annual plan review in summer that we implemented.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So as of February 29th, the ending balance of the deferred compensation plan was $1,912,890,370. That's a 2.8% increase over the month of January. There are 25,755 participants with balances. That's 192 more than the month of January. Actively deferring participants, overall, it's 19,844, which is 77%. Those that have held balance are actively contributing into the deferred compensation plan. New enrollments received was 105. Year to date, we're already at 424 new enrollments in just 2 months. Inactive participants did go up a bit. It's at 5,911. That's 100 more than the check. Philadelphia Parking Authority, there are 553 participants. We received 6 new enrollments from PPA. Philadelphia Housing Development Corporation remains at 42 with 0 enrollments in January. The 401A plan at the end of February is $3,429,726. That's just about 1% increase. There are 1,141 more participants, which is 16 more than the previous month. The call volumes do go down in the month of February. It's 3,026, and that's a decrease of 390 than the month of January, which is a statement time period. Online accounts continue to rise. More and more folks continue to set up their online account. We're now at 19,898, which is 77% of the population have set up an online account. Percentage options, as of February, there's 2,196. That's an increase of 109. We continue to maintain the percentage campaign, which is posted on the website. The Roth is now at 6,997 participants, which is an increase of 243 since January, and the total plan assets are at $60.6 million. Happy to answer any questions that you may have. If not, I'm going to pass it on to Brad to talk about the service activity.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Peter. Good morning, everyone. The month of February, the local service team conducted 241 individual one-on-one consultations, resulting in 111 enrollments. There were 30 group events and workshops resulting in 1,055. I just want to make one, this does not show up on this report, but in the month of February, because of the timing of new enrollments and such, the local team conducted sessions at all the different PPA facilities with open enrollment period. And those sessions resulted in 72 enrollments from the parking authority, which if you look at 553 total participant accounts, it's about 15% of the total participant account enrolled during those sessions. So it was very productive. The team went out to all the roll calls for the ticketers, the different impound lots. They went to many, many different facilities to get that production. So I just want to let everybody know about it. Thank you very much.
Any questions from you? I'm just send to Andrew.
You should in your board folders have an addendum to the memo that staff sent out regarding reviews
American Fund Euro Pacific options that we've been discussing for the last couple of meetings. As you recall, at the February meeting, staff recommended the board accepted our proposal to search for replacements for the Euro Pacific Bridge Fund. We noted that except for the 1 year period, that mutual fund options remained in the bottom 30% for all the reported periods, and as such, using the software vehicle database, as well as discussing which options were available on the nationwide platform. Staff took a look at the replacement options listed. Janice Henderson, 2 Morgan Stanley options, and Goldman Sachs. As you'll see from the addendum, based on performance, the index, the peer ratings, we believe that Goldman, out of the options, is the best replacement choice. We noted the Morningstar ratings, which are publicly available. Also, when we looked at the software, the results, what we saw was what we'll call an increasing skill level from the Goldman option, and what we'll call decreasing or moderating skill level from the firm that's currently in alignment. One thing we did want to note, while the Goldman selection is the least expensive of the options that were considered, the American Fund is one of the largest mutual fund retail options available. That's why their fee is among the lowest. So this would be, in spite of the increased performance, the peer rankings, etc., the fee would go up for this particular option. The dominance that kind of the American Fund has in the marketplace, the size allows them to scale to be much lower than you're going to see for individual funds. However, as I noted, of the options that we consider as replacements, this is the least expensive option. So we're happy to take any questions about the process, the results, the recommendation, but it would be our recommendation that Goldman replace the American Fund. If we notified nationwide by tomorrow, choice will become available on June 14th, and plan participants would be notified in mid-May of the choice, as well as the mapping option for those in regional.
Chris, just if you always doing our regular investment portfolio, the net of fees returned for Goldman far exceeds that of the company, correct?
Yeah.
I understand. The only other one that seems to have any reasonable number would be the Janice Henderson. I mean, the net of fees, it's not on here, but I'm assuming it's Goldman. I mean, their rankings are better, especially in the long term, which I can appreciate that. But the net of fees numbers are the same, or you don't know, we can get it later.
No, these are all net.
Okay.
These are the net of fee numbers. And so you can see over the fourth quarter, obviously, the most recent, the shortest period, Janice had a slightly better number over 1 year. Goldman significantly outperformed. Again, over 3 years, Janice was about, let's call it 1.3% better. And then over the long term, it's pretty close. Janice was slightly ahead. Again, what we're seeing in terms of the peer rankings, however, as well as what we said, the software that we use to kind of analyze skill level and how much of the return is being generated by stock selection, sector selection, as opposed to just or momentum, led us to conclude that the Goldman option was better. The other thing, Brian, and I acknowledge, it was a close decision. The fee is also significantly higher. And I understand when you look at net of fees, I don't want to say the fee becomes irrelevant, but, and so over the long haul, if you have a 1.3% fee for Janice and you have 0.74, and if you think about it like as a race, you're starting significantly. So again, it is close. We acknowledge that. but we think the results tell us so in favor.
Other questions first? Motion from the board?
To accept the board's recommendation.
The staff recommendation. Motion was made and properly seconded. Discussion.
And to accept the Goldman recommendation, I mean, the Goldman, yeah, staff
Such
recommendations
recommendations
for
for
the
the
Goldman
Goldman
staff.
product. Hearing none, go to the roll. Christie? Brian?
I approve.
Francois?
Approve.
Marcia?
Approve.
Paul?
Approve.
Willie?
Approve.
Adam? Approve. Carol?
Approve.
Motion carries unanimously. We have for deferred comp. Motion to adjourn third comp is made from the Rose recommended. And with that, we'll take a 5-minute break for investments. So we can come back at around 10 seconds. Thank you.
First item is
Excuse me.
other minutes from February. It's been moved and probably seconded that the minutes be approved. Hold the roll. Francois. Approved. Brian. Willie. Approved. Carol.
Approved.
Martha. Christie. Okay, it carries. That's the committee warrant review.
Morning, Rob.
Good morning.
Let's go through the numbers for the month, and just make a couple comments on the market. Dave may have some stuff to review. It was a strong month for the fund. Slight outperformance in February, 2.0% to 1.9% net. Most asset classes were directly in line or just above or just below their benchmark. The strong monthly or strong performance has continued so far into March. The estimates that went out last night, the fund was up around 1.34%, just below the monthly benchmark, but right in line with the cash adjusted benchmark. And you'll remember, because of the large RFP payment, which we'll talk about later, there is a significant amount of cash in the plan at the moment, around $765 million. Fiscal year to date, estimated 7.2%, 7.3 target, again, with a cash adjusted benchmark.
You open that door?
About even.
Somebody's trying to get in. Adam,
No, we're.
Okay.
Keep trying to get the door shut. That's all.
no, he's trying to get in. Go ahead.
And the year-to-date returns estimated 3.26 in the first 6 months. Cash adjusted benchmark of 3%.
So we're basically already at our full rate return.
Yes, very close. And obviously the market had an extremely strong day yesterday after being down for 3 days in a row. No concerns, active concerns about any of the existing managers in the lineup. We will have updated real estate numbers from the area next month. They report quarterly. Just a couple things before I turn it to Dave that we are keeping an eye on. Tomorrow, it's kind of unusual, but tomorrow during the holiday, the personal consumption index, a key inflation reading that the Fed relies on, will be released. One thing to be a little concerned about is that when that happens over a long weekend and it's not a trading day, if the results aren't viewed favorably by the market, sometimes the 24-hour market oversees like kind of the tension or things can kind of build up because you can't actively trade on it. So, that comes out at 8:30 tomorrow.
So again, 3 days.
Correct. I don't expect it, just given where we've been. I mean, I hope. But if it did come in, significantly higher than expected, you would expect to see increased volumes. The overnight markets and future markets leading.
You put it much more professionally.
Another thing to keep an eye on as far as inflation is that oil prices have been rising. Absent something extraordinary today, they're going to lock in a pretty strong quarterly gain. Some supply, I think the supply numbers came in lower than they were expecting. Some of you may be familiar, we sent an article around that yesterday, but Warren Buffett has an indicator that he pays attention to in terms of valuation of stocks. Basically, he takes the total value of the stock market that's measured by the Wilshire 5000. He divides that by the last quarter estimate of GDP. If it comes in around 100%, then he thinks things are fairly valued. If it comes in around 70, then he starts buying a lot of stocks because it's important. When it gets around 200%, he thinks it's kind of panic time and things are overvalued. Right now, we're at around 100 to 190, or 190 to 190%. So that would indicate potentially some trouble on the horizon. We're also seeing a little bit, probably driven by the Truth Social IPO or introduction of the meme stock craze seems to have started up again. That also I would think is a good sign. There are some positive signs. I don't want to focus just on the negatives. The unemployment numbers are still very low. Consumer spending is still reasonably strong. And fourth quarter GDP was revised to 3%. So there are positive things that, but, with that, and obviously we're happy to take questions on the managers, but I'll have the, comments from Marquette.
I don't know if we're gonna dive there, you might just skip service.
You couldn't help but detect a slight smile on your face when Chris was talking about the Warren Buffett, you know.
I was gonna mention that, we were warranty partners, so he gets the value. No, I mean, I want to underscore this
And
comment.
that's how we'll get to 100% funding.
All through global world.
That's right. Yeah, I think what's, certainly surprised at the upside is the resiliency of the US economy. Since 2019, our economy has grown by 8%, 2 times as fast as the Eurozone and 10 times faster than the Japanese economy. So we certainly have a system that seems to be working. This year is off to a great start, and not just driven by the Max 7, which we saw last year. 10 out of the 11 sectors are in positive territory. 5 of those are in double digits. It's only rates that are really contracted. Strong rates growth, the idea that we will still have some sort of rate cut has created optimism in the eyes of investors, and we're off to a great start. Was that deep enough?
Wait for people, okay. The Warren Buffett thing was all I needed to hear.
Yeah, exactly.
Any questions?
Sure, I just wanted to mention, touched on it last month, we have the RFPs up, both of them closed in terms of the consultants. Staff is able to review, and the general consultants, we will be reaching out to folks about subcommittees. Reviewing those with the narrative standards, so that should happen, probably very late or early. In terms of securities lending for the month, $112,537. Year-to-date, $241.63, and since the start of the program, $52.27 million. Local and diverse AUM on a combined basis, a little over 64.21%. And WDE managers broken out by themselves, 54.8, around 9.8% for local and surrounding counties.
Yeah. Caroline's, no chance for you.
Just real quick before the RFP, the upcoming board meeting, April 25th, May 23rd. In terms of the annual RFP, resources and uses, staff added, Marquette revised their original memo, staff added some performance information, which is in your folders. We noted the large amount of cash in the plan. On March 15th, the board received the bulk of its annual RFP contribution from the city, just under $579 million. In reviewing the plan's asset allocation and some lengthy discussions with that, Marquette's recommending, as are we, the following allocations, as you can see on the first page. We would also recommend keeping close to $154 million in cash. That's a little bit less than 2 months of benefit payments, but combined with what we already have in cash, we believe that's sufficient. A couple of things we're recommending that the rebalancing occur slowly, over about 6 to 9 month period. It will occur, buckets or tranches and subject to market conditions, particularly because a lot of this is targeted or recommended for fixed income. We'll be paying close attention to inflation numbers and what the Federal Reserve does at their meetings. Again, we recommend this to keep a prudent level of cash in the portfolio to meet anticipated needs for benefits, for capital calls, et cetera. But we're also trying to move, albeit at a slow pace, towards the updated targets that would have been in October of last year. In Marquette's first memo, you can see on page 2 what the allocations look like if all the money remained in cash and everything else was constant. The updated memo shows what things would look like, everything else kept constant, but once all the money was allocated in accordance with the proposal that we laid out, you can see that it would move us significantly closer, particularly on fixed income, to the long-term target. You could see that it begins to bring down equities at the same time, so we bring down the equities. But we're still keeping around 2% in cash, which is what we have targeted, I believe, exactly in the asset allocation. One last thing, you see the recent performance in the addendum we provided. All of the performance of the recommended managers back on page 17. If you want more than what we've provided. All the managers listed for recommendation except for REIT are female, diverse, or labor.
What's the cash variable pay?
Around 5%.
Thanks for all the information. Comprehensive. Were any of your questions? Can you motion on this? Or vote to accept recommendations from staff? Okay.
Anybody else interested? What? I mean, good. I know, I'll make. That's faster.
Is there a second?
I will second.
Thank you. Okay,
Now we move.
I'll call the roll. Francois,
Approved.
Paul, approved, Ryan, Willie,
Approved.
Carol, Marcia, Adam, approved, Ricky. It has been passed. Thank you all very much. Any new business or destiny? Old business, moving probably seconded to adjourn. We are adjourned. It's just called the full board after the interest section. The conversation will be accept the recommendations investment committee. I will call the roll. Francois, approved. Paul, approved. Ryan, approved. Willie, approved. Carol, approved. Marcia, approved. And approved. Christie, you all approved. Any new business?
Just one part, I wanted to, I mentioned the council testimony yesterday. Aileen and staff, great work in getting all the materials and information together yesterday. It makes me look good, so I appreciate that. So thank you for your hard work.
And again, thank you very much, and thank you for a great job.
Thank you.
And Carol, give me a shout out.
Thank you.
We need virtual applause before you came.
Oh, good. Any other new business? Any old business? And we are adjourned. Thank you all very much. Thanks a lot. Thank you.